Joining me online now, Muriel and Jasper, a couple from southwest Scotland who are just absolutely crazy about the 50s. Muriel, Jasper, welcome to BBC Radio Cumbria.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Muriel, what is expected of your husband then when it comes to gentlemanly behaviour in 1954?
Well, one of the things that I think is most important is when one is travelling about in the car. When we arrive at our destination, I expect Jasper to come round and open the door and help me out of the car. If he doesn't do that, then I will remain sitting in the car, and perhaps I will have to stay there all the time because I'm certainly not getting out unless he opens the door for me. And I would expect Jasper, when we're walking along the street, to let me walk on the inside so that I don't get splashed by a passing car. That will happen to him, not me. And that's a nice gentlemanly action.
Jasper, I think it's fair to say you can endorse it. Do you make Muriel feel cherished, cared for? Do you treat her truly like a lady?
Absolutely. She is, after all, my lady wife. And on the extremely rare occasions when she possibly has looked like the back end of a tram, which is not very often, I always say to her, Muriel, my darling, you look as though you have come from clouds descending. That's a gentleman. This time of year, of course, we're now a country bolt hole, as you possibly know today, so I am, I suppose, I'm a sort of symphony of buff this morning, a little bit of cashmere. We'll be going out on our calls later this morning. It's very much the tweedy time of year. A good, thick tweed suit is very good for the country. Brown shoes, of course, which one never wears in the town, except on a Friday when you know you're going down to the country. I always expect to take my hat off or put my hand to my hat when I meet a lady, and, of course, always stand when she enters or leaves the room.
We are Muriel and Jasper when we are living in our 1950s world, but we obviously have other identities to enable us to live in the 21st century world. But we like the 1950s because it's a time of change. It's Britain coming out of the war. Things are beginning to turn differently. The world is maybe not fairer, but becoming a fairer place with people getting round to looking at things differently. The health service is coming into action. Life is just changing as a result of the Second World War. So from a historical point of view, it really interests us for all the different things that are happening. So that's why we particularly like the 1950s. But we do have 21st century identities too. I wouldn't want you to think we were completely nuts.
Not for 1 second, Muriel. If I could ask you, Muriel, for one top tip to help the county's male population to be that little more gentlemanly, that little more dapper, what would it be?
Well, in the evening, when you're sitting down to that relaxing gin and tonic, and you're having a slice of lemon in your gin and tonic, the pips should be removed from the lemon. That would be my top tip.
It's a wonderful world that you live in. A couple there, Muriel and Jasper, you've just heard them from southwest Scotland. They choose to live in the 1950s. For them, it is 1954.